Hi everyone and welcome back. Welcome to my another video of how to become a ninja developer. So in the last video we talked about writing the tests, because if you want to be a ninja or if you want to be a good developer, then you should be able to write your test for your APIs, unit test for your controllers, services, for your backend application. So either we can take an example of a Nest.js application where you are writing a unit test for the controllers, for the services, for the modules, or a simple Express app where you are just writing a simple router. So you should be able to mock the router and you should be able to execute the methods, or end-to-end test for your APIs which you have written. Like this is the place where we were writing the APIs, right? End-to-end tests for our application and a simple test for our functions. Now in this video I'm going to talk about simple unit tests for the React app, because we are using the same Jest library, and I'm going to talk about very simple examples. Let's say this is a simple example and I will just try to explain the code, which really simple. If you are a React developer, then you can easily understand the code. It's just using a use reducer. You can say here I'm using state and dispatch, and it is calling you, it is using this hook use reducer. And let me just zoom in the font size if I can. So what do we have here? I'm just using this use reducer hook, and it has a current state and dispatch. So whatever is in the we should be able to dispatch the actions, and reducer will handle that action and will return as the new state, which will be populated here. So currently state dot is confirmed is false, because this is the initial state. It is false. Then we are showing waiting for confirmation, and when you click on to this button, we are dispatching this action success, and that is dispatching this action to the reducer, which is going to return is confirmed true. So if is confirmed is true, then you should see on the document on the home page here, the message will change to the confirmed, right? So this is a simple use reducer hook. How can we test it? Because we already know this is the component. You should be able to mount the component, and when you click on to this button, this message should change. That is the test. So we just need to trigger a click event onto this button. That should do the job, right? So what we need to do in the tests, so this is our test file. This is the fire event we are going to use, because we need to click on the button to test. First of all, render. So we will just import this component first. Import let's say example component from. So here we are importing it from app. Okay, and what we need to do is we can just describe, okay, what we are going to test here. It block should show, okay, what should be the message? Should show confirmed. So what happens is it should show confirmed message. Should show confirmed message on button click. Okay, my keyboard is behaving weird. Should show confirmed message on button click. Okay, so this is just a simple expression. This is just a simple message which we are expecting, and here we can just write a callback for this, and here we will write our assertions, right? So first of all we will render it. So we can just call the render, and here we can render the component. This is how we write the tests example component. Okay, and here is get by text. This we can import get by text, and we can just expect something that initially we should see this message waiting for confirmation, right? Get by text, expect get by text, and this is expression, right? Because we should be seeing something like waiting to be in the document, right? Because this message should be in the document, to be in the document. Okay, what is the message? To be in the document. So whenever we are rendering this component, this waiting message should be there on the browser. That is the first test. And then what we are doing is we are doing a fire event dot click. We are doing a click event. See, click on where we can just do that particular DOM node by get by text, and we are doing it on the confirm. So here I can just do confirm because we are doing click on to that. So we are actually extracting the node back by text, and we are triggering a click event. Once you do the click event, we can just write another assertion is get by text. We should see this get by text confirmed should be in the document, right? This should appear in the document. Confirmed. And we can just do the same thing to be in the document. Okay, simple test, right? Now what this test is saying is initially when you render it, I'm just extracting that using get by text. Get by text is a utility method which is provided by testing library, and we are just checking that this waiting expression is there on the document. When you click on to this confirm, then confirm should be inside the document. That's just a label we are just testing, right? So we can just run the tests. There should be a way to run the tests. Let me just check. Okay, here we can run the tests. I need to click onto this. So this is just a simple test we executed. It's not running the test suits. Okay, something will appear. So this is just a simple test we have written. Now the same type of test you can write for your components. What you do is you have the React components and you are writing some assertions to check, okay, this is the initial state, and now when you click onto the button you trigger a fire event, and now your state has changed to this. So similar to that example, we can also talk about another simple example of this input text field. What this input text field is saying is, okay, this is the input text field which should accept the numeric input, and it will automatically prefix the numeric value with the dollar. Let's say if you're typing anything, it will prefix that with a dollar. So the code is written like this. Here you can see this is the input field, and whenever you are changing anything, so there is a on change event we are triggering, handle on change, and you on the on change, what we are doing is we are getting first the current value. Okay, and then what it is doing is from the current value, if you are already adding the dollar sign, it will remove that and it will add the dollar sign if the dollar sign is not there. You can see. So first of all, remove the dollar sign. If you are adding it, it is checking, okay, value character 0 is dollar, then slice it, otherwise return the value. And then if that's not a number, return empty. If that is a number, then set the value which is added with a dollar symbol. That's it, right? So whatever you enter, it will have a dollar sign appended to it. So this is a simple test, right? So how we can add the tests for it. So I did a simple setup. This is just like a pure very vanilla example which we are doing is, so here we are doing setup is we are just first of all rendering the component, and then we are getting the input field. So we, instead of writing this again and again in all of our tests, we can just set up this. So we can call this setup and we will get our input field. So instead of writing these two lines everywhere again and again, we can just write the setup. And then here you can do, I'm just doing a fire event on this input text field. This is the input text field which I'm getting by label text. So what is the label text here? Area label, which is cost input. Based on that, I'm trying to capture this input text field. So there are different methods available by the testing library using which you can actually capture a DOM node, and then you can do a fire event, change event, all those events you can trigger on that. So here I'm doing a change event on this text field, and I got the text field node by calling this screen dot get by label text. I got the input text field. I will do a change event and passing the target value 23. Then once I'm passing this, then output which I'm expecting should be $23 because it should automatically prefix the value with the $23. Now next test is let's say I'm prefixing already a dollar value here. Whatever it is, even if you are entering a dollar, then it will not add a double dollar symbols. It will keep it, and you will just say, let's say you are entering something like this, right? So if you are entering it like this, then first it will remove it and then it will append its own dollar symbol. So you will get the same value as an outcome. Let's say you are entering non-numeric values. So let's say you are entering something like, okay, hello, which is not a number, right? So in that case, you will get this empty. So these are like some of the unit tests you can execute and you can run it. I'm not able to run it because this code sandbox doesn't allow now. You need to use the code sandbox, the VM environment, to run these React tests. But this is how we will be writing the tests. Now this is very simple, right? Here first you are entering a 23, so output will be $23. Here you are entering a $23, the output will be $23. Here you are entering a string, so the outcome will be empty. You cannot enter a string, right? You can enter only numeric and it will prefix that with a dollar. So these kind of tests you can write for your React application. I'm not talking about, okay, just write very basic tests, but those functionality which are crucial, you can write the unit test for that. And you can use React testing library. Similarly, there is an Angular testing library of same flavor. So these are the libraries which are popular and useful for testing the UI component. So here in both the examples, we wrote some UI components in React, and then we are writing the Jest tests for that. Jest is a runner, and React testing library, using that we are writing these assertions. Okay, so that is simple. I don't need to talk in depth. There is already a course which I covered which talks all about testing. So I will just add that link here.